All right. What's happening, folks? We are just about to get underway here. Let me make sure all the sound stuff is good, and we will switch over to the tier list layout and get started. I'll sort of explain what we're doing today. All right. Let's turn BGM on. Let me know if I need to adjust the BGM as we go. Like we've done on previous streams, I'll be playing BGM tracks that I have created here on stream, on the jam streams and such. And today's a little bit special because there are some new tracks in the mix you'll see in the lower left corner. And they are part of the brand new Stream Sounds collection. And real quickly, since I've talked about it before on stream, Stream Sounds are all of the BGM tracks I create when I'm not doing a dedicated jam stream. So drawing sessions, other things where I create, kind of simple loops to put in the background. I've compiled the first set into a collection of songs, and there's 12 of them, I believe. And those will be going up on the YouTube channel as a showcase some point next week when I get back. And they'll also be up on Bandcamp for people to download and use for content. And so you guys are getting a sneak peek at the full set of 12 that are mixed in with the rest here. There's 5 new ones that have never been on stream before. So hopefully that'll be interesting. Core Break redeems Swear Timer and also Hydrate. All right, we will put the Swear Timer here on this layout, which I haven't done yet. This is going to come in handy for later, but we'll put it up here for now, or down here for now. All right, before we get into the tier lists, today is a little bit different. Let's see, what's the chat say? We got Core Break, Sour Lad, Iconic, Eric Salamandra. Welcome. Sour Lad says, how's your birthday going so far? Today it was actually super busy because I was working today, and despite this being the last day before I'm going to be out of town, my job decided that a lot of important things were going to happen today. So I was kind of busy. I've been mostly dealing with work stuff, and then now we're streaming. But let's see. So what I'm going to do is there's a couple tier lists I've got here. We'll go through them and see how long they take and how badly I get canceled for my terrible opinions. But there's something new that I've never done here on stream before. And today's sort of a test. If this works well, we will do this in the future with more options and more things. And we're doing a Wheel of Punishment. And you can see the little sign right next to me to the left. And it says Wheel of Punishment. 300 bits is 1 poll. A sub or gifted sub is 2 polls. And what that looks like is right here. Using this handy dandy site, it's called Wheel Picker, I believe. I have loaded a bunch of interesting punishments onto the wheel of pain here. And at some point, if someone donates enough bits or throws a sub or whatnot, I will spin this thing and I will have to enact whatever punishment is on here. And I will be keeping track of the stuff in the list for future reference, and this is, again, kind of a test. But if we take a look, let me put it on my other monitor here. We've got a couple drop of beats, just like the redeems for points. There is 5-minute ooh-woo voice, which I'm hoping that one doesn't show up. That's another reason why I have the timer here. There is some new interactive emotes, which I was able to configure in my software earlier. So we have just to show you guys what they look like. Shades mode for 5 minutes. You'd be a cool guy. And we got head pats. And I would just let that run for 5 minutes. We've got tweet a compliment to Wazzy. I'm sure that'll be interesting. I've got gift a sub on here. If that shows up, I will gift a sub to chat. And most likely, if that one ever pulls up here, then I will keep track and do it at the end, so I'm not destroying my notifications. We got 5 minutes as small Raku. I will be tiny for 5 minutes and figure out where I put myself. Embarrassing Raku Factu. These will be separate from the list of facts that I normally pull from. I've got self-roast tweet. So I've got to tweet something roasting myself on Twitter. Sad trombone, which something that Wazzy mentioned to me earlier. And that's this sound effect. It should pick up on the audio. That's from the run ended animation I did. And I think that's it going around. It's not a million choices because I want to add more later, but this is what I came up with for today. And if I hit the spin button, then it rolls a random thing and it stops there. So this will be in the background if people want to throw bits at it. Do not feel like you're obligated to do so, but if you want to see me suffer, then that is what it's here for today. Iconic says rock uwu, if you will. Yeah, I think the uwu voice might be my least favorite one on here. In the future, when I've got a bit more time to sort of prepare and I don't have to, get on a plane the next day, there'll be some other ones on here like take a shot maybe, or eat hot sauce. And so this is a test for things in the future. Let's pull up the tier list. And I'll hide this. Alright, so what's the first one we've got here? I mentioned this one was on the list, several months ago now. It's been a while. When we were in the middle of talking about food and food opinions. Corbreak says, can you give us a sample of the Rock Uwu voice? It would probably be like the notification I made for Wazzy for her Bingle Bangles. Now, the trick would be doing that for 5 freaking minutes. That would be tough. But it'd probably be like, Uwu nuzzles you, notices your bulge, and do like a really high-pitched voice for like 5 minutes and then kill my vocal cords. So probably something like that. But what I've got here on this tier list, this was kind of tough. I wanted to find something that had a selection of flavors and as many as possible, but not brand specific ones like, Ben and Jerry's or whatnot, because, that it'd be huge tier list. So this is kind of generic and just a sampling. This is sort of the best one I could find that is easy to rank. And this will be our warm-up. We got a much bigger one that I want to do after this, but this will be our starter tier list. And Star Ladder deemed hydrate. Very well. After doing 5 seconds of Uwu voice, I definitely need to hydrate. Hey, Funkhauser's here. What's up, Funk? You joined at just the right time for out of context stuff. If that's what you heard as soon as you got here. Maybe what I could do is I can go pull up that terrible furry copy pasta that people have used, and maybe I'll read that in the Uwu voice rather than think of things to improv. We'll hide the timer. So let's look at ice cream. And fortunately, this one has labels since it's not branded. There's a couple of I'm going to assume regional specific brands here. We'll deal with that when we get there. Iconic says the Pawn Stars into the Uwu voice. What does the Pawn Stars voice sound like? I have not seen that show in ages. I'd have to go look it up. Oh, I should have added more accents to the. Oh, I see the Pawn Stars intro in the Uwu voice. It was a copy pasta thing. Oh, okay. I can probably look that up. I should have added more funny accents to the wheel. I probably could, because this thing. Here, I'll unhide it for a sec. I can edit what's on it. The way this site works on pickerwheel.com is you just have these things, the inputs. You write what they are, and then it populates the wheel. Oh boy. I'm probably going to regret this one, but 5-minute cowboy accent. At some point, I need to learn how to do a really good proper British accent, but I can't do it for that long. But yeah, we'll put that one on there. If you guys want to hear me talk like a cowboy. And no, I'm not giving you a sample. No more free samples. This isn't Costco. All right, let's jump back to the tier list. We'll hide this. All right, so what do they have here? First one is banana ice cream. I think I can honestly say I do like ice cream. I don't eat it super often, especially since it's been winter, but I have never eaten banana ice cream before. So we need to put a line on here for haven't tried. Let's go do this below. Unless we haven't tried. Sour Lad says, depends on what type of banana. There's different types of banana. I know, like your standard garden variety yellow bananas you get at the grocery store. I guess there's red bananas. And plantains are related to bananas? Oh, I see. Sour Lad, are you talking about what type of flavor of banana? Like artificial flavor or natural flavor? Yeah, I get you. Like natural flavored banana something versus like a Laffy Taffy artificial flavor, it's very different. So yeah, that is true. So I'm gonna put banana down here, but if I were to rank it based on what I think, probably B. I like banana. Seems like it'd be a good type of ice cream. Be refreshing. If it was that really kind of sweet, syrupy, artificial banana, maybe not. That'll probably be too much. Next up, butter pecan. Is it pecan or pecan? I say pecan. Pretty mid-flavored for me. Not bad. If someone put it in front of me, I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't seek it out. It can be kind of syrupy too if it's a really sweet ice cream, but I don't mind something with nuts and whatnot in it. Praline is the one I'm thinking of. I like a lot more, but that's not on here, I don't think. Wazzy says, let's do this. Uh-oh. What's up, Wazzy? How you doing? Welcome to the Raku Gets
Money
Canceled
on my
stream.
mother, mine. Cop 5 haircuts at the same time. White gold pants, jet ski made of wine. Foie gras bust of Albert Einstein. Get money.
Hey, Wazzy with the gifted sub to our boy, Top Ramen. Thank you for the gifted sub, Wazzy. And with that, the Wheel of Punishment has been summoned. Thank you for the gifted sub. Now, what is going to happen? Wazzy says, happy birthday, boyo. Thanks, Wazzy. Appreciate it. Also, thanks for the awesome fan art. If you haven't seen what she posted on Twitter, you should go check it out because it's really funny. All right. Survey says sad trombone. I feel like that was dodging a bullet. And you get 2, Wazzy. So let me do the first one. Womp womp. All right, spin number 2. What we got? Wow, what are the odds? 2 sad trombones back to back. All right, because Wazzy threw a gifted sub for that one, I will give that a respin, just out of charity. But what are the odds? All right, you get a free one just because it's back to back. Let's say I never gave you nothing. All right. Drop a beat. Very well. Let me pause BGM and I'll hide the wheel. Let's get it out of the frame here. And put the other thing back. All right, we're dropping a beat. Maybe something a little more upbeat in energy for today. So we got. And with fortuitous timing, I see Core Break has redeemed a point-based drop a beat. And Sarah Lad redeemed Hydrate, and Wazzy redeemed a Raku Faktu. So let's do these in order. So for Core Break, let's do something maybe a bit more hip-hop-ish. Maybe hip-hop trap-ish. We'll see. So for this one, all right, got the Hydrate from Sour Lad. Iconic says, sick beat. The last one. Core Break says, I love the beats you drop. Oh, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I try and come up with somewhat different ones every time someone asks, so I'm not just repeating the same thing over and over again. All right, where's my fact sheet for Wazzy? Okay. I was working on this a little bit earlier. My favorite food of all the things that I can eat is katsudon. Katsudon is my favorite food. And fortunately, I know how to cook it. If you want to get on my good side, order me some of that, and I'll be your best friend. Wazzy says, "Are you doing anything cool for your birthday?" Not today. Today's my birthday, and basically just working, and we're doing the chat deal here. But I am flying out of town tomorrow to the land of sin and vice for several days with the Homeworld family. We're all taking a trip to Vegas, and that's why I'm not streaming this week. And I will be back this weekend. Maybe if I'm not completely comatose, I might do like a pop-up stream Sunday. If not, we'll pick up next week. So I assume we'll be celebrating in Vegas. We're meeting my brother and his girlfriend down there, and I'm pretty sure my liver is going to be quite intensively taxed. So that's what we're doing. Let me turn the BGM back on. Corebreak says, "Do you ever drop a beat commission like for a ringtone?" I have never had anybody ask. If someone asks me either to do a beat, like an improv beat for like just like a soundbite to use as a ringtone, I'd probably do it for free because it's not difficult. I just have to hook up my equipment and record something real quick. On the flip side, if someone wanted to use my BGM tracks, like you're hearing in the background, for a ringtone, then they're more than welcome to do so. And if you download the audio files via my Bandcamp page, in whichever format you want, you can just throw it straight on your phone and use it for a ringtone. So for any of the songs you guys hear on the streams, then, again, feel free to use it for stuff like that too. It's perfectly fine. You don't even have to ask. I guess if someone asks you where your weird, funky ringtone comes from, just let them know it was from me, and don't, claim that you did it yourself. But other than that, yeah, it's all good. On the topic of katsudon, Corebreak asks, "Isn't that the pork cutlet bowl?" Yeah, so regular katsu, either pork or chicken, is the breaded cutlet, sliced up and served with rice and sauce in Japanese food. Katsudon or katsudonburi is a rice bowl with the either pork or chicken cutlet on top, but it's been simmered in a sweet savory sauce with onions and egg, and then put over the top of the rice. So it's kind of like a sauce, semi-crispy mix. It's delicious. In fact, I made that yesterday with some leftover katsu I made on the weekend. Starlight says egg. Yeah, the way you do the egg is you kind of scramble and beat the eggs and then pour them over the katsu and onions and sauce in like a pan, and then you steam simmer the whole thing so that it gets hard boiled in like a scrambled state and absorbs all the sauce, and you put that whole thing over the rice. It is bomb. Corebreak says, "I wouldn't claim it was mine, but I would like to commission a beat for a ringtone if that's okay. Can I DM you about it?" Yeah, that's fine. Let me see. Do I have you on my list in Discord? Send me a friend request in Discord when you get a chance, Corebreak. I'm in Wazzy's Discord. You can find me there. And then send me some information on what you're looking for. And I won't be able to do it before I leave, but I will look at doing that when I get back. And also, there's no Discord command, Corebreak. Not yet. My Discord's still under construction. Once it is built, then it'll be here, and we can shout it out if folks want to figure out where it is. But yeah, in the meantime, just grab me from the Toxicure Discord. I'm in there. Just look for Submissive and Beatboxable, because screw me, I guess. Uh, but what you can do, Core, think about just ideas. Think about ideas of what you want. That way, when I'm, walking around in the city of sin and vice, I can be thinking about ideas. So, like, a genre. If you want a bossa nova ringtone, or you want a more jazzy-ish type one, or you want like a dubstep one, just give me some ideas when you eventually message me, and then I can think about it. Speaking of new tracks, this one that's playing now, Pulse Reversal, is from Stream Sounds. And this is a new one. I'll post something on Twitter about the new tracks, especially once I get the video done. But yeah, Wazzy says you can find him in mine for the Discord. Yeah. I don't really post a whole lot in the Toxic Discord, but I do hang out there. And so I see you folks when you talk about me. All right, let's go back to the tier list. We were talking about ice cream. Next one is cherry. Now, I've never had actual dedicated cherry ice cream. To me, maybe like a sorbet or sherbet might be closer. But there is a product where I live where it's kind of a base vanilla-ish type of ice cream mixed with a dark cherry chunks, and it's kind of flavored with a syrup. And so that's the closest thing I could think of when it comes to cherry ice cream. And I like that a lot. It's very good. That's going up here on A tier. But this one looks almost like it's a more flavored cherry ice cream with bits in it. So it's not quite the same, but close. It's my closest reference point. We'll put that up on A tier. Next up, we've got chocolate peanut butter. I do like chocolate in general for ice cream, and peanut butter is one of my favorite flavors of anything. I think I would put chocolate peanut butter up here on A tier. I like it more than cherry, so I'm gonna put it up here. There's some flavors of ice cream that do like a peanut butter ribbon. That's pretty good. So other places have like a mixed in peanut butter, so it's not quite as hard and solidified. Hey, Naked Snake's here. Naked Snake says, "Yo, what's going on? What's happening, Snake? We are right now ranking ice cream flavors, and I have opened the chat up to the Wheel of Punishment, which is what the sign next to me says. If people have bits and want to pull on the Wheel of Punishment to see how I suffer, then that's what we're doing today as sort of a test for future streams." Snake says, "What's your opinion on mint chocolate chip?" We'll get there. It's right here on the tier list. In fact, I know Wazzy will be listening for my opinion on mint chocolate chip, so we will get there. And Naked Snake redeems Hydrate. Very well. Corbreak says, "What about vanilla mousse tracks? It's got chocolate chunk ribbons and peanut butter cups." That's on here, and I've never had mousse tracks proper, but I've had things that are similar, so I can rate it. Even though I've never had the actual product called mousse tracks, I can rate it. So we will get there. Next up, we've got straight up plain chocolate, just garden variety chocolate ice cream. I am gonna put chocolate on B tier. It's fine. Again, if someone puts chocolate ice cream in front of me, I'm not gonna turn it down. I don't dislike it, but to me, it's kind of simple. Something with a bit more complexity, like a peanut butter, I like a lot more. But chocolate, it's fine. Doesn't blow my socks off, as it were, but not bad. Corbreak says, for mousse tracks, yeah, it's just vanilla ice cream as the base, so easily comparable. Okay, yeah. I think I can rate that accurately. We'll get there. Next up, coffee. Coffee ice cream. I've been on record before, I think, saying I don't drink coffee and I don't like coffee flavor. And as a result, I'm going to put coffee ice cream on D tier. And that's purely because I don't like the taste of coffee in general. If it was maybe paired with a topping like a chocolate syrup or something to sort of cut the overall coffee flavor, I'd probably eat it. Like, I don't think I would just toss it out immediately, but I don't like the taste of coffee. So that one's going on D tier. I remember in the kitchen where I used to work, we had it was like a cappuccino or like a mocha flavor that was really popular. Didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. That sort of bitterness flavor. Not really my deal. All right, what's next? We got cookie dough. Cookie dough is one of my favorite flavors of ice cream. I don't eat it very often, but usually if I have a choice of variety and a lot of things, I will go for something that has like a cookie dough adjacent type of theme to it. That's going up on S tier. One of my favorites. We don't have brand specific things on here as far as I can tell, but Ben & Jerry's, well-known ice cream Ben & Jerry's, makes a product called Half Baked, and it's cookie dough ice cream and a mix of chocolate brownie chunks and like a chocolate ice cream swirl sort of mixed together. It is awesome. And I have not had that in forever. But failing that specific one, yeah, cookie dough is pretty tops. I like that one. Corbreak says, fun fact, if you put a pinch of salt in the ground, it cuts the bitterness of coffee. I did not know that. As a non-beverage based coffee drinker, I didn't know that. I think it's the kind of harshness of the flavor, not necessarily just bitter, but the kind of aftertaste and flavor of coffee I just don't like. Which is weird, I guess, because one of my favorite cocktails is a White Russian, and that has Kahlua, which is a coffee liqueur, but it's more sweet than coffee flavored, and it gets cut by the vodka and half and half, so it's really subtle. That's probably the only coffee-based product that I'll consume. This is one of my favorite drinks. Corbreak says, in regards to the stream. Oh, were you streaming, Corbreak? I need to go and add you. Let me see. I will look into that later. Eric says, I saw marshmallow flavored ice cream. We'll try it next week. That is interesting. I know things like Rocky Road, which has marshmallows in it. Kind of weird that Rocky Road's not on here. But something like an actual marshmallow fluff flavored base ice cream, now that would be good. I would try that. Naked Snake says, oh good, they have my orange push pop flavor on here. Orange sherbet. Yeah, well, there's actually, I don't see sorbets or gelatos. This is not an all-inclusive list. It was the best one I could find that had a lot of the well-known flavors. But yeah, there's a lot on here. Corbreak says, I have this mutation of a gene, I can't remember which, but I'm a super taster because of it, which makes bitter things taste more bitter, and sometimes it can't handle that. So you usually put salt in my coffee grounds. Ah, I see. That I've always wondered what it's like to be a super taster and have a really acute sense of taste when it comes to flavors. I see Snake redeemed swear timer. We'll put the timer back. And a hydrate from Naked Snake. Wazzy says, Froggy has that too. Oh, Froggy's a super taster as well? I did not know that. I was just talking to Froggy earlier. He wished me a happy birthday. I told him I was going to be ranking food opinions and getting canceled. I also told him we weren't talking about soup. All right. Next up, cookies and cream. Cookies and cream, that's a good flavor. I, again, don't get it super often, but the pretty basic idea of a vanilla ice cream or like a sweet cream with Oreo pieces essentially mixed in, pretty good. I'm going to put it under peanut butter and above cherry. I think cookies and cream works fine in all its iterations. I think we've talked about the candy bars, like a chocolate bar, Hershey bar, it's cookies and cream. That's pretty good too. Works really good as an ice cream. Pretty simple pairing of flavors. I definitely support it. Corbeck says, "Oh yeah, I got my head on backwards. Happy birthday." Thanks, Cor. Appreciate it. This is the first time I've ever done something public for my birthday in content creation. And it is kind of nice and a little bit weird to have people wish me a happy birthday via the internet, but it's very much appreciated. We don't get many visitors in the old folks home here, so you guys are essentially all of my birthday party attendees. Hig Snake says, "Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Ancient Alien." Thanks, Snake. Ancient Alien is accurate. All right. Now we got the $1 million question that everyone, I'm sure, is eager to hear my opinion on. Mint chocolate chip. The scourge of the Toxicure brand, or one of them at least. What do I think of mint chocolate chip? I think that has to go on S tier. And there it is. I'm waiting for the "you're fired" messages from Wazzy in Discord. I'm just kidding. I'm putting mint chocolate chip on high C tier, above butter pecan for sure. I think it's okay, but a couple caveats to mint chocolate chip. The flavor of the
Money
ice
on my
cream,
mother, mine.
fine.
5 haircuts at the same
I don't have a problem
time.
with the
White
mint
gold
flavor
pants,
as long as
jet
it's not
ski
too
made of wine.
overpowering.
Foie gras bust of Albert Einstein. Get money.
I don't like huge chunks of chocolate in mint chocolate chip ice cream. I like more small bits kind of mixed in because the big chunks kind of tend to get in the way. And not everybody does mint chocolate chip that way. Some of them just put big, dark chocolate pieces. That I like less. This is one of the ice cream flavors I will not go out of my way to eat. But if, again, someone has it or they put it in front of me, I'm not going to say no. This is my father's favorite flavor of ice cream. He really likes mint chocolate chip. I think it's pretty mid. Wouldn't be my first choice. And Wazzy has tossed another gift sub at the chat, gifting a sub to Pint-Sized Kiwi, who's not here at the moment, but I'm sure will be pleasantly surprised. So thank you for the gifted sub, Wazzy. Let us resummon the wheel of pain and punishment. And like we said before, gifted sub is 2 pulls on the wheel. So what we got? Oh, it was so close to sad trombone again. I would have laughed quite heartily if Wazzy landed on sad trombone again. So we got head pats. Let's put that on for 5 minutes. And we'll reset the timer since it was just about up anyway. Wazzy says if it's sad trombone, I'm leaving. If that's actually a good point. If someone has a 2 pull on the wheel and they pull duplicates, depending on what it is, if it's for something like an emote state or whatnot, I would let them respin. If it's drop a beat, I can do, 2 beats back to back. That's fine. But like, unless you want 10 minutes of head pats, if you pulled it twice in a row, I would give the option to respin. But survey says for poll number 2 from Wazzy for the gifted sub. Ooh. 5-minute small raku. Alright. You asked for it. You can hide this. I think, yep, it'll scale. Well, let's put that here. Do this. Oh, VTube Studio, that's not what I wanted. Oh, why? Let me fix the border on OBS first. Here, I'll do this on my other screen so I can see what I'm doing. I will do this. And we put this above the desk. I need to remember to move this down later. There we go. I will leave this like this for now. I'll just restart the timer again and give a bonus on the head pats just because I only have one timer and I want to put another one on here. So let's leave that there. There we go. You guys don't get to see the rest of my model that often. In fact, this might be the first time I've put the full body one up in very, very long time. But one thing that's nice about the way Chibox rigged this is when I move my body, it actually moves my feet. It's subtle, but it is kind of nice that there's some torso movement. Most of the movement is in the upper body, which is what you folks see normally. All right, let's hide the wheel. This is another one of the new tracks from Stream Sounds. This is Somber Tone. It's got a trumpet. Okay, let me see. Everything good on the stream? Corebreak says Twitch crashed. Eric says, of course you end up petting the white boy Wazzy. Nick says, he's a tiny man. He's an anime figure that you put on your shelf and never dust. As long as it's not one of those kind of figures, we're good. You know what I'm talking about. Iconic says, you got shorts. Yes. Again, you don't see my lower half, but I wear shorts because it's warm. All right, where are we? Back to the tier lists. We're done talking about mint chocolate chip ice cream. Next up is Moose Tracks. So Moose Tracks, like we mentioned further up, is like a vanilla base with sort of ribbons of chocolate and peanut butter cups, I believe, like chunks of peanut butter cups. Having had ice cream like that, I'm going to put that up here on B tier under regular chocolate peanut butter. This might be a toss-up, like a tie for the spot here on A tier. There's nothing in what we've described here that sounds bad to me. It sounds great. In fact, next time I go to the store, I'm going to see if we have a product called Moose Tracks up here because I've never had it, just to try it. So yeah, that sounds great. Next up, we've got the first sherbet. First sherbet on the list. Orange sherbet. Orange sherbet's great, whether it's straight up by itself or mixed with vanilla for like an orange creamsicle type of combination. I think it's great. And I do like fruit flavored. Oh, let's not do that. I like fruit flavored ice creams as much as I do the regular, like chocolate and other type of flavors. But I'm going to bump orange sherbet up here past cookies and cream. Given the choice between the two, I would go orange sherbet. It is pretty refreshing and will usually pair with most things. So yeah, definitely a fan of that. Corebreak says there's also chocolate ice cream based moose tracks, but it's too much chocolate for me. It's unbalanced. So instead of a vanilla ice cream base, you're talking about base chocolate with chocolate ribbons and peanut butter cups. Yeah, that's a lot of chocolate. You're gonna basically have chocolate overdose at that point. Okay, next up, peanut butter. This is actual peanut butter flavored ice cream. I think if it's just peanut butter flavored, which I like, I'm gonna put it on B tier above regular chocolate. I like the peanut butter as a additional flavor in something more than just the dominant flavor of ice cream, if that makes sense. Again, fine. If someone puts it in front of me, I'll definitely eat it because I like peanut butter. But I think I'm more inclined to like a style of chocolate peanut butter that has the peanut butter ribbons or flavoring in it more. To me, that tastes a bit better. But you don't really see a lot of just plain peanut butter flavored ice cream products. I know they exist, but usually it's combined with something. All right, what we got next? Next one we have pineapple ice cream. This has to be more like a sorbet. I've never seen a product like this. Pineapple ice cream, at least off the shelf. But what this reminds me of, for folks who've been to Disney theme parks, this reminds me of Dole Whip. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for here. And Dole Whip is delicious. I would be willing to bet that even Wazzy, a passionate pineapple hater, would like Dole Whip, unless she's tried it before. Have you ever had Dole Whip, Wazzy, in the Disney World or Disneylands? Basically, it's a really sweet pineapple soft serve. It doesn't really taste like natural pineapple. It's more like a pineapple sorbet, and it's very good. That's the closest thing I can think of when they talk about a pineapple ice cream flavor on here. More like a soft serve sorbet. And it's delicious. I have been to Disneyland on the West Coast and had it there. And I've been to the Dole Plantation in Hawaii, where they also serve Dole Whip. And it's great. It tastes like diabetes, but it's great. Starlet says, those ice cream have actual fruit bits in the ice cream. Yeah, for pineapple, I've never seen one that has pineapple in it. It's always been flavored. And, again, concept sounds good. I'm going to put pineapple ice cream up here on B tier. And this is purely based on my experience with Dole Whip, because that stuff is delicious. Hey, Edward's here. What's up, Edward? Welcome to the tier list / Raku gets punished by the wheel of punishment stream. Sarlat says, I like the strawberry version, fruit bits. Yeah, we'll get there down here. That's what this one is. Strawberry with kind of strawberry puree. That's good stuff. But next up, we've got raspberry. I have never had raspberry ice cream before. I've had raspberries as a topping on ice cream, but never a dedicated raspberry flavor. I think I've tried a raspberry white chocolate swirl ice cream before. It has like kind of the raspberry syrup ribbon in it, but never a dedicated raspberry flavor. I'm gonna rank it based on my experience with that. It's the closest thing I could think of. It was good. I'll put it up on B. This looks more like kind of the cherry equivalent, but with raspberries. So I would definitely try that. The thing is, if it was raspberry bits, you'd have to worry about seeds. So maybe like a strained puree or something. But if it was just chunks of raspberry with the seeds, I don't think that would be good in ice cream. In fact, I think that'd be kind of gross to have seeds in there. But I would try it. Sour Lad says, Neapolitan ice cream, or however you spell it. I'm surprised that's not on here. I would rank Neapolitan higher than base chocolate, base vanilla, and base strawberry. It'd be up here on A tier, probably after cookies and cream. But for folks who may have never seen it, Neapolitan is 3-in-1. Usually you get a block and it's got a block of chocolate, vanilla, strawberry in one thing, and you kind of scoop across all of them so you get a mix. And it's great. I love Neapolitan ice cream. As the core flavors, you'd think that would be on here as opposed to something like banana. Again, banana ice cream, I don't know. Go figure. Again, this is not an all-inclusive list, just the best one I could find. But next up, strawberry. This is straight up strawberry flavored ice cream, usually with strawberry bits in it. It's good. I'm going to put it up here on B tier. I like strawberry shakes made with strawberry ice cream. Actually, I'm going to put that above peanut butter. If I had a choice, I get strawberry shakes and strawberry ice cream probably a lot more than I get regular peanut butter. But that's good stuff. Of the three basic flavors, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry is my favorite. All right, couple more. Before we move on, I am going to go refill my water bottle and fry some chicken. I'll be back in 1 sec before we finish the tier list. So I will fix my scale first. We can take the timer off. I can take Pat's off and put myself back in position behind the desk. Oh, no, that's not what I want. VTube Studio, where you at? There we go. Put that there. Put the hat back. All right. I'll be back in 1 sec, folks. Then we'll resume and finish this one out and move on to the next one. All right. We are ready to move on. Yeah, make sure everything's set there. Eric says, Huraku death. Nope. I'm still here. let us finish up the tier list. All right, this next one on the list, this is interesting. This has to be regional. It's called Superman here. This one that I got selected. This is, from what I can guess, just looking at it, is like a rainbow sherbet. I've never heard of a product called Superman, so I'm thinking it's got to be regional. But treating it like a rainbow sherbet, that's going to go pretty high up here. I would say probably under orange, just because some rainbow sherbets are very sweet. They can be very, very sweet, but it's a mix of flavors, fruit-based flavors mixed together, and it's delicious. So I'm going to put that up here on A tier. So our Sour Lad says, I don't remember what it tastes like. It's kind of just a mix of fruit flavors together. It's a little unique. Wazzy says, you suck and your opinions suck. Well, Wazzy, that is definitely your right to believe. In fact, let me put this tier list in the chat, and all of you folks, if you think I'm really wrong and disagree, you can make your own. Because I'm always interested to hear how people would rank stuff that I talk about. So let me make sure this works. We'll go here. Should pull up. Yeah. All right. I'm going to put it in chat. If you want to make your own ice cream tier list and tell me how wrong I am, then this is your chance to do it. But we will go ahead and wrap this one up. Our last one on the list here is vanilla. Vanilla is kind of a tough one to rank. To me, it's the least interesting of the main standard flavors. I know there's camps of people who love vanilla, and that's fine. It, to me, is by itself is kind of basic, but vanilla is really versatile. And so if you pair it with toppings and other things, vanilla elevates much higher in my opinion. For example, you take vanilla and you folks probably have been to Cold Stones, right? Like a vanilla or a sweet cream, and you mix it in with other toppings. That stuff's pretty good. Vanilla with a chocolate shell or chocolate fudge topping, pretty good. Again, vanilla is so versatile that you can combine it with pretty much anything and it's good. But by itself, I'd say it's the least interesting of the main ones. Other shout outs to flavors on here that I like of ice cream. Praline would probably be up here on B tier. The peanut or an almond praline, that's pretty good. Rocky Road, probably up here on B tier as well. Definitely above base chocolate and vanilla. I like the marshmallows, and I think that's sliced almonds. Rocky Road's pretty good. What are some other ones? Oh, birthday cake. Birthday cake ice cream, that's a thing. I like that one a lot, but I can't eat too much of it because it's very sweet. So I'd put that one probably up here between strawberry and peanut butter. And there's a whole host of, Ben & Jerry's flavors. The fish one is really good. The cinnamon bun one is really good. I think all of the Ben & Jerry's flavors I've tried are really good. Iconic says, birthday cake. Corebreak says, I can't remember what Superman flavor was, but it was big when I was a child, late 90s, early 2000s, and just kind of disappeared. Assuming they called that because of the colors. But everything I could see just points to like a rainbow sherbet flavor. So unless someone else has another explanation of what it tastes like. Eric says vanilla works only with other stuff. Yeah, I kind of agree. Again, I'm not going to toss any ice cream out and someone puts it in front of me except for maybe coffee. But vanilla to me is much better when you pair it with things. Sorry, that says fish. Ben & Jerry's, I think it's called Fish Food. PHISH, like the band. And it's like, I think it's ice cream with chocolate fish pieces. They're shaped like fish. That's why it's called that. Let me look it up. I haven't had it in forever, but it is good. Ah, that's what it is. Okay. It's chocolate ice cream with marshmallow swirl, so already pretty good. Caramel swirl and chocolate fudge fish pieces in it. That pretty good combination. Talking about marshmallow flavors earlier. Yeah. So it's a mix of stuff with the fish pieces in it. Pretty good. Walsey says Superman is still a flavor core. Eric says like vanilla and hot lava cake is perfect. Oh yeah, vanilla's great a la mode on stuff. Pies or cakes or whatnot. Wazzy says Tutti Frutti. Yeah, that's probably close to Superman. I'll tell you what flavor of ice cream I don't like. That's not on here. I'm kind of surprised. Spumoni. I don't like Spumoni ice cream, but it's not one you see very often. That one, is it? That's not pistachio. I like pistachio ice cream. Let me look it up. Remember, I don't like the taste. It tastes like a fruitcake. Oh, Spumoni is technically a gelato. Maybe I've just had really low tier versions of Spumoni, but ice cream layers mixed with whipped cream, cherry, pistachio, chocolate. Huh. I can't think of the last time I had something like that. The combination sounds good. I guess I have to try it at like a gelato stand and see if it tastes different. But it's got like a pink, green, and brown color. That's what I remember. It's got kind of a funky color scheme because of the different flavors that are mixed. But yeah. Let's do that pistachio ice cream's not on here. That stuff's good. It's hard to find, but it's good. Eric says, I'm kind of tutti frutti myself. There's nothing wrong with that. Before we move on, the credits for this tier list goes to Samuel Minzy on Twitter. I need to remember to shout out people that make these tier lists that I use. But now let's go on to the big one. This one is going to probably take the majority of the stream, but it's going to most likely have the most discussion. So let's take a look. Next up, we've got cereal. This is American cereals, which is fitting because I don't really know foreign cereals at all. But there are a lot. And this is pretty comprehensive, but I don't think it's everything. This will be a good sampling. There's a lot of stuff on here. So let's talk about cereal. And yes, Wazi sent this to me, as she mentions in chat. I had this one bookmarked from a long time ago that I found, and she coincidentally sent me the same one. I think it's the most comprehensive big tier list there is for cereal, which is good. So shout outs to Wazi and Caffeine Lemur on Twitter. And we'll see how comprehensive the list is. And first up, we've got honeycomb. Boy, I haven't thought of honeycomb in a while. That is like a honey flavored, it's little honeycomb shaped cereal pieces. It's got kind of a light puffy texture to it. I thought honeycomb was pretty good. Put that in B tier. And I'm not saying that because it's potentially B themed. Iconic says Waffle Crisp Triple S tier. I guess we'll find out if that's on the list. Now this second one here, I can't really read what it says. I think it says fruit something. Whatever it is, I've never tried it. I had to kind of look at my monitor really closely. I have no idea what this is. If someone recognizes this weird dog thing, let me know. But I'm pretty sure I've never tried it. So we have the haven't tried tier, which is going to fill out with a lot of stuff because I've tried a lot of these, but obviously not all of them. Next up, Yummy Mummy. This has got to be from the Chocula, Frankenberry, Booberry line. I've never had that before. I didn't even know that exists. I'd try it. I wonder what the flavor is. Maybe strawberry or something from the kind of pinkish colored package. But yeah, feel free to weigh in if you've tried some of these that I've never heard of, because there's a lot out there. All right. Some of these images are kind of small and they're hard to read. What's this next one over here? Oh, that looks like Fiber One. I have never had Fiber One that I could think of. Kind of like a bran or high fiber cereal. Yeah, that's gonna go here. Alpha Bits. Oh boy, I haven't had that in so long. That's just kind of like a grain-based cereal with just like a sweet flavoring on it, I think. I don't remember Alpha Bits really standing out. It was pretty basic. I put that on D tier. Next up, generic brand flakes. I cannot think of a type of cereal that interests me less than generic brand flakes. Well, that's not true. I think corn flakes are worse. We'll get there. Brand flakes are going on D tier. I've never bought that, and I probably never will. Wazzy says, but they're good for fiber. Old man, that's why I take fiber supplements. And I don't eat breakfast, so I will get my fiber from other sources that are not generic basic cereal. Wazzy says, don't you want to be regular? Yep. Regularity is good. That's why I take fiber supplements. Corbeck says, cornflakes with a ton of sugar poured on them are good. Well, yeah, at that point, they've become Frosted Flakes. I think most products are improved by just adding a butt ton of sugar. But it's interesting to see how many different permutations on a simple formula there are. Like, there's 10. Almost 10 checks here. I think I've tried one, but we'll get there. Trix is decent. I like fruit flavored cereals. Hopefully Fruity Pebbles are on here somewhere. But Trix, the regular Trix ones are good. For some reason, the fruit shaped Trix I like less. It could be just, psychosomatic and they taste the same, but for me the little round ones I like better than the ones shaped like fruit. Don't ask me why. I don't even know if they make little round ball flavor or Trix anymore. Haven't bought any of that in forever. Kix. Which one is this though? Now I gotta look and see if there's more than one flavor of Kix. Because the basic Kix, even though it's kind of simple, I think the basic ones with just a little bit of sweetening are fine. Oh, down here. That's this one. I haven't had this other type. I don't know what that is. But Kix is actually okay. I put that somewhere in the middle. It's a really simple, basic cereal, but it doesn't taste like diabetes, so that's good. Iconic says, Trix is good, but Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles just hit better. I agree. We'll get there, but I would put them up higher. Wazzy says, your Trix is weird, though. You get the dye we Canadians can't have. That's right. The type of dye used in American Trix one of the dyes for the product is banned in Canada. I wonder how that affects the flavor. I'd be interested to try them back to back. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should send Wazzy some American tricks. I don't know if there's any room in the box. But would that be contraband? Would you get in trouble for smuggling that across the border? Maybe. Probably not worth it. Eric says, yeah, but tricks are for kids. Hey, Red Dragon's here. What's up, Red Dragon? Welcome to the chill stream. We are ranking cereals. Oh, Wazzy says no. I can't send Kinder eggs though. Huh. Well, that's fine. Maybe in the future. I could think of much better things to send than just cereal. Sarah says apparently Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks are the same, but one just has cinnamon with just orange and green loops. That's interesting. Apple Jacks? Well, I don't know. I'd have to try them side by side. You definitely taste more apple cinnamon flavors in Apple Jacks. I don't get any sort of apple flavor on Fruit Loops. And then, yeah, Iconic says both are great. Always says I'll put some tricks in the box. It's big though. If you can fit it, that's fine. If not, don't worry about it. I might be able to pick some up next time I go. I'll have time to go shopping between now and when we actually send stuff. But this is apple cinnamon Cheerios. I think I've tried these once. They were okay. Regular Cheerios, I think, are very basic and boring too. Sort of to the level of Bran Flakes. They're not going to rank high. But the flavored Cheerios, they're okay. Apple cinnamon Cheerios, honey nut Cheerios, those are all fine. I wouldn't go out of my way to eat them, but if someone gave me a bowl, I wouldn't say no. Wazzy says, Apple Jacks are dope. What's wrong with you? I don't have a problem with Apple Jacks. Where are they? Are they on the list? Green, right? It's a green package. There, Apple Jacks down here. I bought those before. I'd probably put them up on like upper B tier. Honey bunches of oats. Frosted honey bunches of oats. I have had the regular ones. I don't think I've tried frosted, but it sounds good. Now that's much better than your bran flakes or corn flakes because it's like granola. It's like granola bunches. Maybe Wazoo was talking to Sour Lad further up. Sour says, they are dope. Stop getting mad at me. I'm just telling a conspiracy. I wasn't aware that Wazzy was a diehard defender of Apple Jacks. All right. We have all these different checks. This first one, I think this is Honey Nut Checks. Haven't tried it. Rice Checks. I've tried it in snack mixes. On its own, pretty basic. Not going to rank very high. And this one, this blue one, I actually cannot read what that says. It's something that ends in a Y. Let me look it up. It's just because the images are so small. Blue box. Oh, blueberry. It is something berry flavored. Blueberry checks. I can see the blueberry icon way down here. That's what that is. Never had it. I'd try it. Sounds good. blueberry flavored. Sarla and Wazi are talking about opinions. Sarla says, any chance for milk tier list in the future? I wouldn't be a very big tier list. There's not that many types of milk. There's the different fat percentages of milk. I guess you could throw in flavored too. Wazi says 1% or go home. I like 2% personally. Growing up on Homeworld with our alien cows, I was fed nothing but fat-free or skim, which is, yeah, it's called skim in most places. It wasn't until much later that I realized that it is inferior milk and just basically just water. I drink milk now because it keeps me from losing my dairy tolerance, which is something that my entire family suffers from. But I drink milk regularly so I can consume products, and I like 2%. It is not watery. Whole milk is a little bit rich and dense for me, but 2%, yeah, that's my go-to now. Wazi says old bones. Yeah, I do need to keep my bones from becoming brittle and breaking. Core Break says there's a lot of different milks: soy, almond, rice, oat. Boy, I might need to get my prescription checked. I read Core Break's list of milks. I thought the last one said cat. And if you drink cat milk, hey, I'm not going to judge, but yeah, oat milk, that makes much more sense. Sarlet says, what about Nesquik flavored milk or Hershey or chocolate syrup? Yeah, if we were doing a milk tier, we'd have to throw in the flavored ones. Like chocolate milk. Chocolate milk would be high. Strawberry milk would be pretty high. You ever had Yoo-Hoo? Which is a variety of chocolate milk, but it's a specific brand flavor. Hey, Wazzy cheered 300 bits. Thanks for the bits, Wazzy. And with that, we will bring the wheel of punishment back. What does chat think? What are the odds Wazzy pulls another sad trombone? And Corbett says, hey, Yoo-Hoo is great. I haven't had it in 30 years. I don't remember what it tastes like. I just know it's different than your standard regular chocolate milk. All right. Survey says oh, sad trombone. That's really funny. Unfortunately, it's not a duplicate in your same role, so I can't give you a free spin, Wazzy. But I guess it's fitting. Wazzy says, I hate this channel. Hey, that's the roll of the dice. I would avoid casinos. For the record, on folks watching that maybe tuned in more recently, that is the third sad trombone Wazzy has pulled. Oh, Sarah Ladderdine, drop a beat. All right, we will do that. Thank you for the redeem. Sorry, this is upside down Raku punishment. Yeah, we could do that in the future. I think now that I know how to flip my model around, it would look like that. So if you want to see me hanging from the ceiling, maybe we can add that in the future. Red Dragon redeemed swear timer. All right. let's pause the BGM real quick, and then we will get the beat for Sour Lad. Wazzy says Uraku shouldn't rig his wheel. Hey, you saw it here. It was completely random. It's not my fault you're really unlucky. Corbreak says, didn't Wazzy get 3 spins? Is it 1 spin per 100? It's 300 for 1 spin. Let me hide the wheel here. 300 for 1 spin, 1 sub, which Wazzy's tossed a couple so far. 1 sub, you get 2 pulls. So it's a better deal. But yeah, it's 300 for 1. I went back and forth on how to set the pricing, and this seemed like a kind of middle ground without it being abusable. Like, 5 bits, then we'd be just getting spins all day long. But yeah, that's a price point. 300 for 1 pull, 1 sub for 2, and if someone did like 2 subs, then I'd come up with some number. But all right, let's see. We got a beat for Sour Lad. Here's one that I've been kicking around a little bit. I don't think I've demoed this one at all, but it's kind of like a Latin dance-ish type beat, or maybe more like a reggaeton type beat. So let's try that one. Switch. All right, let's put the BGM back on. Wazzy says, should have had a point one. I thought about that. Maybe I will for the next time we do one of these types of streams. Because there's already a poll for drop a beat, so I was trying to think of what would make sense. Maybe like a 2,000 point redeem for spinning the wheel. I'll think about it for next time. Again, today's more of a test to make sure this thing works. Edward says, Intentello starts playing. Now, if I really wanted to go for the memes, then I would figure out how to do Despacito. All right, where are we? We're still on checks. Boy, do I not care about checks. This purple one. What is that? I think it's vanilla checks. Whatever it is, I haven't had it. Corn checks. I've only had it in, again, snack mixes. Wheat checks, haven't had. Chocolate checks, haven't had. Peanut butter checks, also haven't had. That doesn't sound terrible. This orange one is cinnamon. Also haven't tried that. Is that all the checks? There's a lot of checks. Next up, Wheaties, the sponsored cereal of athletes. I do not like Wheaties. That is pretty much on par with Bran Flakes on D tier. I don't care which athlete is hawking them at me. Not a fan. Total is alright. It's not going to get higher than maybe like a D tier though. Not really a cereal I would seek out. I think it's like a granola. It's been a while. I haven't had Total in ages. Next up, we have, what is this? Oh, banana nut Cheerios. I've never seen that product before. That doesn't sound terrible. I'd try it, but I've never had it. Next up, what is that? I know I've seen this cereal, but I can't read the title at the top that's above the 4. Let me see if I can find it. Basic 4. Oh, okay. Basic 4. That has usually, was it like dried berries? Fruit, almonds? Yeah, I have had that before. That's okay. Not terrible. I just like that it's a mix of things rather than something really boring like bran flakes. Great grains. I've not had great grains before. Blueberry. This is from the Chocula Frankenberry line of horror themed cereals. This one I haven't tried. I've tried Frankenberry and Chocula, and that's it. So I'm gonna go down here. I like berry flavored stuffs though, so I should give that a try. It's just hard to find. It's a whole cinematic universe of monster themed cereals, apparently. Let's see what else we got. Wheat. What does that say? Oh, shredded wheat. Okay. Shredded wheat. Again, this is sort of a step up in like the more complex direction for cereal. I'm going to put shredded wheat. It's going to be further down on C tier. It's okay. Frosted mini wheats, which that has to be on here somewhere. I do like those. Those would go up decently higher. But the plain, yeah, if you eat it with milk, it's okay. You know, not really offensive, but I prefer the frosted ones with a little bit of sweetness to it. Next up, Golden Crisp. This is with that kind of weird bear, right? I forget what the name of the bear is. Sort of a honey grain, like a puffed honey grain cereal. Golden Crisp is fine. Put it up on high C tier. This is similar to Honey Smacks, right? Is that on here? Yeah, Honey Smacks. I think it's pretty much the same product, but different brands. One might be Kellogg's, the other might be General Mills or something. But I remember them being sweet, but decent. We'll get down to these other ones. I'm already seeing there's far more Frosted Flakes iterations than I knew even existed. But we'll move on. Oreos. These are like a Oreo cookies and cream-ish flavored cereal. I remember these being alright. We'll put them up here on C tier. Next up, another shredded wheat. Is this a different brand? Nope, this is... maybe it's Post? Yeah, I think it's Post. What's the difference between this one and the other one? I can't tell, but I'm pretty sure these aren't Frosted Mini Wheats, so they're going over here. Next up, s'mores. Honey Made S'mores cereal. I've never seen that before in my life. Sounds good, but I haven't tried it. Great Grains. Again, dunno. Haven't tried it. We got more Cheerios. What is this blue one? Looks like blueberry Cheerios. Again, didn't even realize that was a thing, but I tried. And this one, is it chocolate? Chocolate peanut butter Cheerios. I honestly didn't realize there's so many different flavors of Cheerios. What does it say? Cheerios Crunch? Does it say Our Crunch? That's what it looks like. Let's find out. Oat Crunch. I'm an idiot. I can't read. That makes more sense. Whatever it is, I haven't tried it. This next one. Straight up chocolate Cheerios. In case you haven't noticed, I haven't tried a lot of the fancier flavors of Cheerios. I've only tried the regular and honey nut. Next up, churros. I have never seen this cereal before. It's a churros cereal. I would try that. Probably like a cinnamon sugar flavor. That sounds good. Never seen that on the shelves. Oh, we have more Cheerios. What is that? Maybe chocolate. Chocolate strawberry. That's what that is, I think. Nope. Is this cinnamon? Cinnamon Cheerios? I'll have to Google all of these different flavors I've never seen before. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Cocoa Wheats. I've never heard of that. We're going to have a pretty big tier of Raku has never tried cereals here. But Cocoa Pebbles. Now, Cocoa Pebbles I know. All right. I like Cocoa Pebbles. I think those are pretty decent. We're going to put them up here on low B tier. I think if you compare that to, was it Cocoa Crisps? What's the one with the weird bird? Not Toucan Sam, the other one, the chocolate one. Where's that? No, not Cocoa Krispies. Cocoa Puffs. That's it, right? Are they not on here? Hey, Iconic's taking off. Iconic says, got to go. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. Take care, chat friendos. All right, Iconic. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great evening. All right. Cookie Crisp. They rebranded Cookie Crisp at some point in the last decade and a half. It used to be the dog with like the burglar outfit on, right? I like Cookie Crisp. That's a good cereal. It is extremely sweet. But I'm going to put Cookie Crisp up here on A tier. I haven't had that in forever. Next up, we've got Count Chocula. All I remember is that it's a chocolate cereal. And I can't remember if it tasted distinct enough. But I do like chocolate, so we'll put it up here on C tier. Great Grains. All right, you're going in here. Next up, we've got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch line, which... Chocolate Toast Crunch? That's this first one? Never had it. Churros Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Again, sounds good. Never had it. Corrick says, Cookie Crisp, like in the old commercials? Yeah, with the dog. I remember. French Toast Crunch. This... I wonder if this is a newer package. It looks different, but I have bought this more recently than I could think of. The only time I ever buy cereal is just for a snack, because, again, I don't eat breakfast. French Toast Crunch is god tier. I like that a lot. That's S. It's very sweet, but it's good. It's got kind of a maple syrup flavor to it. Very good. I like that better than the regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And the regular one is fine. I'm going to put that up on B tier. I'm going to put it up here on the same tier as regular Cookie Crisp. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Wazzy says, okay, but cereal and juice? You mean like pouring juice in your cereal? What kind of monster does that? I don't endorse juice on cereal at all. The only thing I endorse less than that is water on cereal, which I know is a thing, but I've never heard of someone putting juice on their cereal. Maybe, and this is a big maybe, folks, maybe if it was fruit cereal, like Trix or Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops, maybe like an orange juice would work, but that's still weird. I've never met someone who puts juice on their cereal. So I'd be curious to hear if that's a thing for somebody and what the arguments in support of said practice. Corbrick says disgusting to both. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, Chief. This next one is like a holiday Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I cannot read what it says, so I gotta look it up. Sugar cookie. I have never tried that. It sounds good. Next up, Mega Stuff Oreos. So if regular Oreo, crisp, whatever cereal's not enough, then how about one with more marshmallow flavored? Alright, never tried it, but you know, if you really want to go on the extreme. Corbrick says, I could see Apple Jacks and apple juice, but I wouldn't try it. Me neither. I just think, I don't know, maybe it's just kind of a normal practice, and deviating from the norm sounds weird, but juice just sounds like it would be too syrupy. Putting a juice with an already sugary thing. Milk seems to complement cereal well because milk is not sweet. It balances out the flavor. You go sweet fruit on like a sweet cereal, it's just going to be more sugar. But if you're trying to speed run diabetes, I guess you could try it. All right, next up is Berry Kicks. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I've had that. It's fine. It's all right. We'll put it on C tier above these other ones. Next up, Amazon Flakes. I think we have a bunch of nature themed cereals, as I recognize the names of like Gorilla Munch, Koala Crisp, Leapin' Lemurs, Panda Puffs. I don't know what brand that is. I have not tried any of these. Although Gorilla Munch is kind of a funny name. Somewhere there's a Harambe joke in there, but I'm not going to make it. Fortunately, we can eliminate all those. Next up, Raisin Bran. Boy, do I not like Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran is going on D tier. Not at the very bottom, because I do like raisins, but not in cereal. I could really pass on that. Maybe one tier above Wheaties because it's sweet. This is the one with the 2 scoops of raisins, the big patronizingly happy sun. Don't see the appeal. Crave. Is this the only entry for Crave on here? I've talked about this one before. Crave is one of the most disappointing cereals I've ever tried. And this looks like a chocolate one. I tried the regular one. It was promoted as this sort of like grain-based pillow-looking things, kind of like a shredded wheat, but it was more like a puff in a rectangle, and they promoted it as having like flavor inside it, like chocolate filled, whatever. And it was definitely just the most underwhelming thing I've ever tried. Crave is probably gonna rule D tier. It's got flavor, but it's not good. And I don't know if the other ones are on here. We'll see. Oh yeah, the other one's down here. All right. Pretty lame. Hey, Red Dragon says, okay, I'm fully here. All right, welcome back, Red Dragon. We're blazing our way through cereal opinions. Next up, Honey Smacks. Again, Honey Smacks versus Golden Crisp. Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference. And you'd have to give them to me side by side and then tell me which is which. But I'll put them on the same tier because the honey puff things taste fine. But I'm pretty sure these are just competing versions of the same product. Ah, Red Dragon says was streaming. Now, how did your stream go, Red Dragon? Hopefully it went well. Alright, Cocoa Krispies. Cocoa Krispies are basically just Cocoa Pebbles, just a different brand. So it's going in the same place. Pretty inoffensive. I do like that it's chocolate flavored. The plain Krispies, pretty underwhelming. Red Dragon says, went okay. Stream some Lego, then Siege. Nice. All right, All Brand. I've never had All Brand, but it sounds like a much more disappointing health food superhero from My Hero Academia. So that's going on than haven't tried. Next up, Plain Rice Krispies. Plain Rice Krispies is not a cereal I would ever seek out on its own. I'm going to put that on D tier. Now, Rice Krispies as a conduit for Rice Krispie treats, fantastic. I love Rice Krispie treats. But the cereal on its own, it's got that popping gimmick when you pour water on it, but it doesn't taste like much. It's just like a crispy rice cereal with no flavor. It's all texture. So, yeah, I could pass on that. Is this Frosted Mini Wheats? Oh, that looks like Cinnamon Bun Mini Wheats. I've not had this before. Next up, we got more Raisin Bran. What's the difference? The one I put up on D, where is it, down here? Oh, this is Raisin Bran Crunch. Okay, so I've only tried the default flavor of Raisin Bran, which is none of these ones. I guess we'll have to see where it is in the list here, but we'll kind of group them together. There's a basic vanilla flavor, not literally vanilla, but non-special flavor of Raisin Bran. That I know. It's got to be one of these that are left. What's next? Frosted Flakes Marshmallows. I didn't even know they did that. As if the default cereal wasn't sweet enough. And I do like Frosted Flakes. Oh, I'll put that here. I would try that. I've never seen it, but I'd try it. Next up, Mini Wheats. Is that Little Bites? Images are hard to read. Yeah, Little Bites. chocolate. Was it chocolate flavor? I've never had that before. It looks like it's chocolate frosted. I'd try it. And Raisin Bran. What does this one say? I don't think I've tried this Raisin Bran. I'm going to have to make an assumption that one of these is the original flavor. Let's see if I can find it. The regular Raisin Bran has... Oh, nothing around it. It's just the sun very energetically shoving 2 scoops of raisins in your face. But it looks like the default one is this. No, maybe not. It's not this one. This one is Raisin Bran Oats. And this one, what's this red looking thing here? Heart Healthy? Heart Healthy one looks slightly different, but it does have a thing on it. Alright. Well, I haven't tried this one. We'll just keep going. Oh, hey, Mr. Dirtbones is here. What's up, Mr. Dirtbones? Welcome to the chill stream. We are ranking American cereals and finding out that the rabbit hole is deep, and a lot of these I have not tried. Next up, Lucky Charms. What is that? Chocolate Lucky Charms? They make chocolate Lucky Charms? Yep, that is indeed what that is. I have never tried that before. As if the regular Lucky Charms weren't sweet enough. Frosted Krispies. Haven't tried. Sounds better than the regular ones. These regular Frosted Mini Wheats? Frosted Mini Wheats, not Frosted Mini Weeds. Yeah, that's what this looks like right here. These are decent. I actually think these are decent. We'll put these up on B tier. Like I mentioned before, I do like the texture of shredded wheat, but the unfrosted ones are kind of just bland tasting to me. Now, Honey Nut Frosted Flakes. It seems like a lot of these cereals are the product, and then what is our competitor, or what flavor does our competitor have? Let's make a competitor flavor of our product. So Frosted Flakes said, hey, Honey Nut Cheerios is a thing. What if we had Honey Nut Frosted Flakes? It's like one big product circle jerk for the cereal industry. That being said, I've never had Honey Nut Frosted Flakes. Somehow having big bold words that say nut with Tony the Tiger's face right there just makes me a little concerned. But I'd try it. Which Lucky Charms is this? Is it all marshmallows? Let's see. Purple box. Not seeing this particular product. I see the regular ones, and I think, I only know the regular, so that which is down here. I think this is the base one. I'm gonna have to put this on haven't tried. Alright, next up we got another Raisin Bran. I'm going to put that here. Next up, Fruit Loops Tropical. Wasn't the regular Fruit Loops already tropical? Huh. Maybe this is like more exotic tropical flavors. I'll bet you there's pineapple in here for Wazzy, but I've never tried it, so it's going over here. Next up, Cookies and Cream Krispies. Of all the flavors I've heard, that sounds the best, but I've never tried it. Next up, this is regular Apple Jacks. I like Apple Jacks. Go up here on A tier. It's got the same texture as Fruit Loops, like we were talking about above, but it's got the apple cinnamon flavor. I seem to remember way back in the day, the commercials for Apple Jacks are really kind of extreme and in your face. It's definitely not an extreme product, but pretty good for a cereal. Sour Lad says, I'm going to dip. Later, everyone. See you later, Sour Lad. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. And Sour Lad hits me with a hydrate. Thank you. I will catch you in the next stream. All right. We are heading the home stretch. Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Kellogg's Corn Flakes might be the worst rated cereal on this entire list. And I remember they had the really funny commercials with the, is it like Cornelius Rooster or whatever, and you'd be getting into wacky hijinks, and it's the most basic, bland cereal. Look up why Corn Flakes were invented. That alone is a reason to drop it pretty low, but as a product, it's like sand. I don't like the taste of cornflakes. Very boring. I see Wazzy redeemed. Drop a beat. Very well. We'll pause the BGM. And let's see. What do we want for a genre this time? Maybe something more up-tempo. I'm trying to think of the different snares we've used. I'll just sort of freestyle something here and trying to work in some other types of bass. So we got. All right, moving on. Hey, Froggy's here. What's up, Froggy? Welcome to the chat. We are ranking American cereals, and at least one person here is getting canceled for bad opinions, and it's probably me. Red Dragon says, why with the wheel in the hat? The wheel is for the wheel of punishment. The wheel right here for 300 bits or a gifted sub for 2 polls. I will spin the wheel and apply the punishment that it lands on, either directly or for whatever amount of time, and suffer for everyone's amusement. And why are we doing the wheel? And why the hat? Because like Froggy's mentioning, it is my birthday today. And what better way to celebrate than with suffering and punishment? And like Froggy says, happy birthday. Thank you, Froggy. Appreciate it, my dude. All right. Where are we? We're on more Crave. Is this the base one? Let's see. We did one already. I think this is the regular one. Like I mentioned, Crave is garbage. What a disappointing cereal. I'm going to put that one below the chocolate one. There's nothing redeeming about that cereal. It could have been so much better. But it doesn't taste like sand, so it's going to go above these other ones. Red Dragon says, happy level up day. Ah, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I am now officially 1 year older. 1 year closer to retirement. The AARP newsletters start coming, and they don't stop coming. Next, we have another variation on mini wheats. I don't know what this is. I never tried it. Oh, honeycomb. This is the one I was thinking of. This is the regular version of honeycomb. What did I rank before? Where is it? I put it on B tier. I know I ranked 1. Oh, here. What is this then? Oh, that's strawberry honeycomb. I didn't even know that was a thing. But regular honeycomb is fine. I put it there. Next up, we got Frosted Flakes. Your boy, cereal mascot, and weird sex icon, Tony the Tiger. Regular standard issue Frosted Flakes, pretty good. I'm going to put them up here on B tier above Trix. Wazza says, he screwed the Grinch. Tony? Did he really? You know, I don't want to know. Don't answer that. I saw enough fan art on my timeline back when that was really blowing up, and it was suggestive enough what I saw. Waz says, "Do you not know the story?" No, but I can guess. I can guess what happened. kind of summarize the synopsis pretty well. All right. Now we have a bunch of different types of Lucky Charms here. And I'm going to call this the default Raisin brand because I think this is the last one on here. It's going in D tier. Raisin brand's garbage. Put it up here above Wheaties because of the raisins. Other than that, not a fan. Limited edition Lucky Charms green. Oh, turns the milk green. That's this one right here, I think. It's one of these two. I haven't tried any limited edition Lucky Charms. I only know the original. So we can eliminate those from the list. This one, the yellow one. Lucky Charms honey. Take the regular sweet cereal with the marshmallows and add honey for maximum sugar. Sure, never tried it. In regards to the saga of Tony the Tiger, Froggy says it was a saga. Wise says the guy who did the voice for Kellogg's Tony the Tiger saying the iconic "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch." Ah, I see. There is crossover. It's a real Bill Murray Garfield kind of scenario. Well, it's a breakup song. It's like Tony the Tiger singing to the Grinch. Oh boy. That's the lore, huh? Froggy says, I'm more surprised you've tried all of these cereals at least once. I feel like I've maybe tried 10 under my belt and stuck with them. Well, if you look at the list here, the vast majority of the items here I haven't tried. Everything from D tier up, I've tried at least once, and I've been on the planet forever, so I've come across a lot of the well-known ones. It's all of the variants of the well-known ones that I haven't tried. You know, tropical Fruit Loops. I've tried the regular ones. Frosted Flakes with marshmallows. I've tried the regular ones, but not all these other ones that have emerged and evolved. But let's keep moving. Raisin Bran Crunch. That sounds slightly less bad, but I've never tried it. Wazzy says, Froggy doesn't like cereal because it's a soup. I guess you can have cold soups. Isn't gazpacho a cold soup? Why don't we let Froggy weigh in on whether or not that's a valid argument? Because if he's stuck with them, we would assume that he likes certain ones. Therefore, maybe he doesn't consider them soups because he likes them. I don't know. Is it a sort of dawning moment of comprehension that maybe Froggy doesn't hate all soups? If you consider cereal and milk a soup, I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. Froggy says true, but I do like cereal. Well, something to think about. Corbreak says, Raku, are you a Time Lord? No, I'm not a Time Lord. I'm just very old. And then Froggy confirms, I don't consider them soups. Correct. Well, I guess it's all a matter of personal definitions, unless Wazzy thinks you're moving the goalposts on that. Wazzy says, they are a soup. You know what? Let's put a poll up. Put like a 2-minute poll up. Let's ask everyone here if you consider cereal and milk specifically, not just dry cereal. Cereal and milk. Is it a soup? In fact, I can do it. Is cereal and milk a soup? And we'll put it up for 3 minutes. I see Soggy Froggy argues soup implies a broth of sorts. I agree with that. Wazzy says milk is a broth. Milk's not a broth. A broth has to be derived from something. You know, like a meat or a stock or from bones. It's created from something. Milk is just milk. It's not a product of something else. Froggy says, I don't think milk with cereal dust is a broth. And Froggy asks, would you consider chili a soup? And Wazzy says, in a sense, yes. I think chili's more of a stew because it's thicker. It doesn't really have a... kind of depends on what kind of chili. Thick chilies, to me, are more like a stew than a soup. Because I consider a broth something that's more like water-based. And you can have really loose chilies, but that's not usually common. They're usually thick. All right, let's keep moving. Frosted Flakes, chocolate version. Never tried it. Regular Lucky Charms. Regular Lucky Charms are very okay. I'm going to put them in the middle here of B tier. I like the marshmallows. The regular cereal I could leave. But the base Lucky Charms, fine. Pretty standard. Cracklin' Oat Bran, I have had a long time ago, but I don't remember what it tastes like. Red Dragon says, the big question is, milk before or after cereal? That is the big question. In my opinion, cereal then milk, not the other way around. The other way around sounds weird. Wazzy says tomato soup isn't broth based. Well, the base of tomato soup is derived from tomatoes. It's been basically reduced and stewed into a soup consistency. So in other words, it doesn't exist in its natural state as something. That's why you consider tomato soup a soup versus milk. And tomato soup's also combined with other things to make a product. According to the poll, 69% with 29 votes says yes, cereal and milk is a soup. According to this, there are 43 people watching the stream, huh? Well, apparently enough people think that it's considered a soup. I disagree. Wazzy says, ha, I rigged it. And then Wazzy says, the base of cereal is homogenized milk and wheat. You dilly bar? Hey, that's hate speech. Corebreak says, what about the homogenizing process of making milk? That's not turning the milk into something else, though. That's just processing it. That's different than, taking fats and meats and reducing it down into a different product to me, aka broth or stock. A little bit different, because when you pasteurize and process milk, you're not turning it into something else. You're just refining it. Oh, Wazzy says the 69 was intentional. Well, hope it was worth burning all those channel points. All right. Red Dragon says you can spend channel points to vote. Yeah, that's how she rigged it. Red Dragon says ban Wazzy. Do we demand a recount? Wazzy says I'm cooler than all of you. I'm making a Twitter poll. Yeah, put it out there for the large masses to see what everyone thinks. I'll vote. Corebreak says, what about making stock? That's a reduction process. Yeah, but the initial ingredients that go into a stock are different than the final product. So when you make a stock, you have bones, meat, vegetables, flavoring, seasoning, and you're reducing it all down into one combined product. When you process milk, it starts with milk and it's still milk at the end. It's just been processed and essentially, purified and whatnot. The ingredients that you get or put into milk don't differ from the final product. In other words, you don't put different things and get milk. It's milk at the beginning and it's milk at the end. That's sort of the difference to me. Corebreak says, technically milk is made from grass. Okay, but you're not... Technically true. Wazzy says milk is an ingredient, but milk plus the cereal doesn't constitute the broth to me. Corebreak says at least cow milk, and what about almond milk? That's a reduction process. That's a non-dairy milks are a little different to me. It's the same result, but you're actually taking the milk and processing, or not processing it, you're kind of synthesizing it out of something else. That's kind of different. I don't know. We're getting into the real weeds on what defines a soup. I'm gonna keep ranking these cereals because there's a whole bunch in here I've never tried, so we can clear a bunch out right now. Mini wheats, all brand. Yeah, all brand. I've never tried. Frankenberry. I cannot remember for the life of me what type of berry it is, but I think I like it better than chocolate. We'll put it up on C tier. All right. Wazzy says, a soup has two definitions. A liquid dish typically made by boiling meat, fish, or vegetables, stock and water, bowl of tomato soup, okay? Or a substance or mixture perceived to resemble soup in appearance or consistency. But it's not cooked. So you're saying that something can be a soup if it's just combined ingredients and not cooked in any way? Because all hot soups and a lot of cold soups are cooked. Even gazpacho is cooked and chilled. Okay, so let me throw this into the mix. If you think cereal and milk is a soup, then by that logic, boba or bubble tea is a soup, Wazzy. What do you think of that? We will continue to move on in the meantime. Fruity Pebbles. What are the... Oh, marshmallow Fruity Pebbles? Never tried it. Regular Fruity Pebbles are down here. Those are good. Got some more Cheerios. Let me go in here. Wazzy says, yes, bubble tea is a soup. I disagree. If you stretch a definition of what constitutes a soup to be something that resembles a soup, then that means so many different things that are just a liquid with something in it is soup. That is far too convenient of a definition if you're just trying to prove that everything can be soup. I don't like that. Fruity Pebbles, regular version, I like better than Trix. We're going up here, B tier. Honey Bunches of Oats. I like Honey Bunches of Oats. I have only tried the regular one. So where is that? Honey Roasted or Honey Bunches of Oats. I have tried that one. It's pretty decent. We'll go down here on B tier. Red Dragon says, well, in that case, whenever you drink something with your mouth that has food in it, you're making soup in your mouth. Yeah, see, it's too broad of a definition. It's like saying anything, just as a kind of cartoony example, anything that involves a grain product is a sandwich. You know, that would be literally almost every type of processed food which has a grain in it could be considered a sandwich if you made that argument. I think it's too broad of a definition. All right. All these Honey Bunches of Oats. Go here. I've not tried them. I would. They all sound good. Life. I have only tried the original version of Life. Which one is it? I gotta go look up what the color of the original box is. This one? Original? Yeah, it's this one. It's okay. This is the one with the commercials with the kids, right? I'm gonna say C tier. This one with Mikey? Yeah, that's it. Boy, it makes me feel old. Corebreak says, Cinnamon Life Cereal is good, S tier. I would try it. I have not tried any of the other versions, but it sounds good. We'll put them here. And now we got Honey Nut Cheerios. This is the basic Honey Nut Cheerios, I think. Of all the Cheerios, that's the best flavor in my opinion. We'll put them up above Apple Cinnamon in the middle, C tier. This is chocolate. This is or maybe this is multigrain. I haven't tried these other variations on Honey Nut Cheerios. These fiber plus cereals or whatever. Again, I've not tried Honey Maid. Honey Maid is the graham crackers, right? I didn't realize there's so many of them. Fruit Loops marshmallows. Little Bites. Corn Pops. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Matt that doesn't like Corn Pops because of a traumatic experience he had involving his teeth. Corn Pops are pretty okay. I'm going to put them below Honeycomb. They kind of have a different flavor compared to some of these other ones. Wazzy says, is a hot dog a sandwich? No, hot dog's not a sandwich. Get out of here. I hate that argument. Hot dog deserves its own classification. Corbreak says, Raku, is a Pop-Tart a sandwich or a ravioli? To me, ravioli implies pasta. It's not just something that has a filling. I'm assuming that's why that argument exists, because people think, well, if it's a stuffed product, then it's got to be a ravioli. Then by that logic, jelly donuts would be a ravioli. But to me, it's got to be a pasta exterior. Red Dragon says I'm using drawing pad to type. Oh, nice. He's got the new one hooked up. Wazzy confirms, yeah, it's Matt. Matt doesn't like Corn Pops. That's right. Wazzy says ravioli. It's not a sandwich. A Pop-Tart's not a sandwich because to me a sandwich implies bread. Someone give me an argument for why you would call a Pop-Tart a ravioli. I want to hear it. I want to hear the justification for that because that sounds insane. I guess I can kind of see it, but somebody convince me. Change my mind. All right, standard issue kicks. This is the one I was talking about earlier. Pretty okay, even though it's not real fancy. I think kicks is decent. Wazzy says, it wheat with filling. So your definition of ravioli is it's got to be wheat-based with filling on the inside. So donuts. Donuts are ravioli by that logic. Specifically jelly donuts. Jelly or cream-filled donuts are ravioli. That's ridiculous. Somewhere out there, Johnny Ravioli is spinning in his grave, you guys. Dunkin' Caramel Macchiato Cereal. I have not tried any of the Dunkin' products, but they're going to be coffee flavored, so I probably wouldn't like them. Red Dragon says humans are ravioli then. I guess it depends on whether or not you're standing by the wheat argument, Red Dragon. If it's just filling, then yeah, but it sounds like wheat, a wheat-based exterior. Waz says, I'll argue with you later. Oh yeah, this argument's not done. If we weren't at the tail end of the stream, then I would have brought you into a call so I can tell you how wrong you are to your face. But I think the last stretch here are going to be things I haven't tried. So I'm going to add them to the bottom here just so I don't have to keep scrolling up. All these Cheerios. This turtle cereal from the wild animal ones. Haven't tried. O's. I never even seen that before. Whole grain honey bunches of oats. Oh, here's Apple Jacks. What did I put further up here? This. That's a different Apple Jacks I haven't tried. This is the one I was thinking of. The standard issue ones. Corebreak says, are humans wheat based? They could be. All right, Fruit Loops. I'm going up here on A tier. I like Fruit Loops. Crave. This is not one I've tried, but still garbage product. Don't like it. Mashups. This is Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes. Your unholy chimera fusion of Tony's brand and Toucan Sam's brand. I'm sure somebody ships them. All right, Cheerios. All these Kellogg's cornflakes varieties. I think this is. I haven't tried any of these. Cornflakes make me want to just drive up to a donut shop and eat donuts out of spite. Yeah, I haven't tried any of these other ones. And last but not least, this is basic unflavored Cheerios. And that's going into D tier. Right above cornflakes. Barely. I cannot think of a less interesting cereal. Well, I can actually, but it's hard to think of a less interesting cereal than Cheerios. But with that, we have ranked a whole butt ton of cereals, at least in the Americas. I'm going to delete this row out. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. That's going to dump them all in the bottom. So we'll look at everything from D on up. I didn't think my S tier would only be restricted to one cereal. And that goes to French Toast Crunch. I can't remember who I talked to that really likes that. Maybe it was Pink. French Toast Crunch is great. All this other stuff here is all pretty decent, above average. And then most of the stuff on the bottom tier is either disappointing gimmicks or straight up bland cereals I've tried. If you want to get on my list here, all you have to do is be bland. But pretty good spread. I will put the link to this one in the chat as well. Again, feel free to fill out your own list and send them to me in Twitter or Discord or wherever and tell me why you think I'm wrong. I don't have to tell Wazzy that because she tells me that all the time, but feel free. And I think we are pretty much good to go for this particular chill streams. I've got to go get on a call in a little bit, probably because my family wants to talk to me with our trip coming up. Red Dragon says, is that why Wazzy is on your list? Wazzy and I have very, very sophisticated arguments about many different things. And as you can see from her crew of folks that she knows, a lot of other folks that she interacts with have very strong opinions on things. With, you know, the anti-soup brigade led by Froggy. But it's always good. Good discussion. And it's all in good fun. Unless you're talking about dilly bars. But let's see if anyone I know is online to raid before we jump over. Oh, Moo's live again. I seem to stream at the same time as Moo. They are doing art. So that's good. We will go and raid Moo. see what he's drawing. But in the meantime, thanks to all the folks who stopped by and hung out. And again, thank you for the birthday wishes. It was a fun test of the Wheel of Punishment. We will be using that in the future, and I'll be adding more to it. The reason why I wanted to test it is because at some point, probably in the next several weeks, depending on how much content I can get together, I want to do a You Laugh, You Lose stream. And the punishments for laughing will be using the wheel. And I'll need to think of some other things to add. That'll be possibilities on the wheel. And for folks here that are listening, just as a heads up, when I sort of set that content, I'm going to be putting out a request for videos from all of you folks to send to a centralized email that I'll create that my mods are going to curate into a playlist for the You Laugh, You Lose. So I'm going to default to them to filter everything and put it into one place and make sure, no one's sending me anything that's going to get me banned. But in the meantime, your homework is to think of funny videos that you want me to watch that might get me to laugh for a You Laugh, You Lose. And then when we have all that content together, we will use the Wheel of Punishment for that particular type of stream. Corebreak says, you should have a non-swear timer redeem. Make Raku drop F-bombs. That would go against my say-so brand in creating an environment that is family-friendly. It would be funny, but at the same time, I want to make sure that we are adhering to the brand. And Corbreak says, oh yeah, for sure I'll rev up my funny videos search. Yeah, start putting stuff together. Probably after I get back, I'll put the email out. And if Wazzy is cool with it, I will put out something from the Toxicure server to give everyone a location to send your funny videos. And then down the road, once everything has been put into one spot, then we'll do that. But we will get ready to jump over and raid. Corbreak says, make Oraku say heck. Oh, that's skirting the line, but I think the management will allow it. All right, let me pause BGM. We will go to outro and go raid Moo. So yeah, thanks again, folks, for tuning in and hanging out. It was fun chatting with everybody, and I dodged some bullets on the punishment. Red Dragon says, are you going to say who the video is from before watching them? If I can get my mods to put a list together with the playlist, then yes, I will think about that, Red Dragon. So just know, if you send me something really bad, there's a chance that you're going to get called out for sending it to me. But as long as it's safe, then it's all good. You just might get recognized. So all right, let us jump off, folks, and I will catch you most likely next week when I return from Land of Sin and Vice. So again, thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you later.